For the next 20 years, I quietly lived the American dream. I raised a family, had a good job, and generally enjoyed the freedoms of a democracy that respects the rights of individuals. One day, trying to impress a close family friend visiting from Egypt, we visited a mosque for Friday prayers. As I listened to the sermon, I was amazed at the radical tone. Even my Egyptian friend was offended and asked to leave. Something was happening in the America I loved, but I pushed it out of my mind and did nothing. Later, in the summer of 2001, I took my American-born children for a visit to Egypt and was struck by how much more radical Egypt had become. I returned to the U.S. on September 10th, 2001, and woke to a nightmare the next morning. When I saw the second plane fly into the Twin Towers, I knew that jihad had come to America, and my life would change forever. I would need to speak out to warn my fellow Americans of what was coming. For me, what is most troublesome is not the terrorists attacking from the outside, terrible as that is. It is the attack on democracy from within. The radicals and Sharia enforcers are now here in the West and often operate under the radar of Western law and their open systems of government. Demands for Sharia have arrived on the shores of Europe and America by Muslim minorities who demand it as part of their religious rights. Informing the West of the tragedy of Sharia law and its impact on women, the Muslim family, and society has thus become my objective. I began writing about it and was invited to speak on college campuses across the country. After the publication of my book, Now They Call Me Infidel, I began traveling around the country speaking out. Muslim Sharia goals in the West. In the fall of 2007, I was part of a panel discussion called Islam and Democracy, Companions or Competitors, at Mount San Antonio College in Southern California. What happened afterward is indicative of the kind of viewpoints I am hearing from young Muslim students across the country. It is something that we need to be aware of and understand. To ignore this would be at the peril of our democracy. One of the panelists, the head of the Muslim student organization, fiercely defended Sharia. After the discussion, I asked him, if Sharia is the perfect system that every Muslim should follow, why are you living in America and not in a Muslim Sharia state such as Iran or Saudi Arabia? His answer was that not one Muslim country applied Sharia as it should, and that is why he was in America. In the heated discussion that followed, another student who believed that Muslim countries failed to bring about the true Sharia state actually believed that perhaps the United States could be the first country to apply Sharia the proper way, the way it was intended by Allah. Many of the students echoed that belief, and some even expressed a desire to demand the enforcement of Sharia in America. Here is an important distinction. It is not just that they intend to perfect and correct Sharia in their own countries of origin and then gradually expand this perfected Sharia-driven society outward to the rest of the world. Rather, they want to supplant or transplant a way of life to America and the West, even though they know it has never worked and has left behind a trail of destruction, misery, stagnation, and cultural chaos in Muslim countries. Their intent is nothing less than the wholesale supplanting of Western civilization and constitutional law with their ideal of the perfect Sharia-based society, one that has never existed except in their fantasy of Andalusia, Spain, under Arab rule. What they want to do has been done before to countries like Egypt, which was once a superpower but is no longer. History holds some important lessons that the West must not ignore. My daughter, who was with me that night, was chatting next to me with a different group of Muslim student organization members on the topic of